Welcome to Serving with Success, Certification and Benefit Issuance. This module is a critical portion of the administrative review. Non-compliance in this area may result in withheld reimbursement payments or fiscal action by the state agency. In this module, participants will learn the mandatory process for certification of benefits, the eligibility requirements for children to receive reimbursable meals, and the process of meal counting, recording, consolidating, and reporting for reimbursement. This portion of the training module presents general information about certification and benefit issuance and general requirements of a school food and nutrition administrative review. Handbooks, guidelines, and other documents are an important part of the certification of benefits process. Be sure you are using the current materials that can be found on the resource page of the Missouri Food and Nutrition Services website. Among the many important references available, here are the Eligibility Manual for School Meals, the Free and Reduced Price Application, and Direct Certification Information and Procedures Manual, and the Public LEA Direct Certification Process. This module will introduce acronyms and important terms used throughout this training. It is necessary to familiarize yourself with these terms and what they represent. USDA FNS refers to the United States Department of Agriculture Food and Nutrition Service. DESE FNS refers to the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education Food and Nutrition Services. This is the Missouri state agency charged with assuring school programs and participating institutions are implementing the child nutrition programs properly. LEA is the local education agency. RCCI is used to refer to residential childcare institutions. NSLP refers to the National School Lunch Program and includes the after-school snack program and the seamless summer option. The Special Milk Program and the Fresh Fruit and Vegetable Program are their own programs. SBP is the School Breakfast Program. SNAP refers to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as the Food Stamp Program. TANF is the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families Program, and FDPIR is the Food Distribution Program on Indian reservations. These frequently used terms can be found on the Missouri Food and Nutrition Services website. DESE FNS is responsible for overseeing, evaluating, and ensuring that USDA regulations are implemented and schools are in compliance. The LEA is required to make public the procedures for applying for free and reduced price lunches. It must be provided to the local news media, the unemployment office, and any major employers who are contemplating large layoffs in the attendance area of the school. It is required to include the following information: the National School Lunch Program, the School Breakfast Program, and/or the Special Milk Program are available in the particular school or school district. Income eligibility guidelines for free and reduced price meals and/or free milk. Households directly certified as receiving assistance from SNAP, TANF, or FDPIR are not required to fill out an application. Upon receipt of the Direct Certification Letter of Notification, households should inform the school or LEA of any students living in the household who are not listed on the Letter of Notification, so that they too may receive the benefit. Once notified of their children's eligibility, the household must contact a local education agency if the household chooses to decline the free meal benefits. Copies of the public release must be made available to any interested person upon request. It is strongly recommended that the LEA use the public release in the free and reduced priced application and direct certification information and procedures manual. Students may receive free meals without an application through the direct certification process. Although direct certification can present a technological challenge, it is in fact a useful tool that helps families and students and reduces paperwork. Direct certification reduces the burden of completing and approving applications for free and reduced price school meals and helps other needy students access the meal programs.
It allows families to be approved for free meals regardless of having to complete any paperwork. There doesn't have to be any paperwork done by the school or any application that's received from the family that has to be submitted.
Directly certified students are eligible for the benefit for the entire school year and are excluded from verification. Verification will be covered in greater detail in the verification module of this training. Other source free meal eligibility designations, such as homeless, runaway, migrant, or foster children, must be confirmed prior to certification through an electronic match between state and local agencies, officials from other source programs, and/or LEA officials, such as the LEA's Homeless Liaison. Foster children may be approved through such an electronic match, and also through application. The LEA's Technology Department can assist in the electronic matching process. The LEA Homeless Liaison is another valuable resource in confirming the eligibility of these children. Direct certification also applies to families receiving benefits from SNAP, TANF, and FDPIR. Documents and frequently asked questions regarding direct certification can be found in the Core Data and Missouri Student Information System Reference Manual, available at the website shown. DESE FNS will provide to public LEAs a computerized listing via the Missouri Student Information System, or MOSIS, of all children in Missouri up to 21 years of age who are receiving an eligible benefit from SNAP, TANF, or FDPIR. This list is updated weekly.
When a school does the MOSIS program, you will receive a list of all the students that would be eligible. And so on this list, it's similar to like an Excel spreadsheet, and it would say in one of the columns, it'll say match. And so if a student is a match on there, then that means that they receive some kind of benefits, whether it's the food stamp or temporary assistance, or they would be eligible for those benefits.
All public LEAs are required to upload their enrollment list in MOSIS at least 3 times per year, in July, October, and January. LEAs are required to download the direct certification list from the DESE web application system in July, October, and January. However, to stay current, LEAs are strongly encouraged to download the document weekly. The zip code list may also be used for direct certification. Downloads will be updated weekly. Only the LEA-authorized representative for the National School Lunch Program has view report capabilities. All non-public schools and residential childcare institutions are required to download the zip code list and/or the MOSIS list in July, October, and January. Public schools will have access to this zip code file as a supplement to the MOSIS match.
What you receive from that is a comma-separated value Excel spreadsheet with all the data of anybody under the age of 21 that would be receiving benefits in each of those zip codes. So you then have to cross-reference that by hand against your roster of your school district. Makes it it's a lot more complicated than the MOSIS system.
Upon direct certification match, a notification letter must be sent to the eligible household and include the following information: the participation of the local education agency in the direct certification program, the name of students approved for benefits, and the name of the school each student attends. A statement which informs parents that other children in the household who are not listed in the notification letter also qualify for free meals. Households should contact the school these children attend in order to extend the direct certification benefit to all children in the household. Benefit-eligible households choosing to decline free meal benefits must inform the local education agency. A direct certification letter of notification is available in the free and reduced priced application and direct certification information and procedures manual. This letter can be personalized. Children who live in the same household as students who have been approved through direct certification, or students whose applications reference as a SNAP, TANF, or FDPIR case number, are automatically approved for free meals through extended eligibility. It is necessary to maintain a list of all students approved through extended eligibility. This list should consist of the student's name and status, the date approved, and name of the student's household. The list should indicate extended eligibility as the method of approval. The free and reduced priced application and direct certification information and procedures manual also includes letters to parents or guardians, informing them of important details regarding the National School Lunch Program and the School Breakfast Program. The manual contains a letter that describes the application requirements and procedures, and contains frequently asked questions about the programs. The letter also states that completion of an application is not necessary if a student has been approved for free meals through direct certification. Nonetheless, LEAs may receive applications and inquiries from some direct certification families. The LEAs should notify these households their students automatically qualify for free meal benefits and that an application is not required. Foster children may be approved through either the application process or direct certification. In regard to homeless or migrant children, the school will arrange for a school liaison, homeless liaison, or a migrant coordinator to help with the approval of benefits. It is recommended that the determining official, the individual who reviews and approves the applications, compare applications with a direct certification list to avoid unnecessary processing of applications. Parents may choose to decline free or reduced price meal benefits for their children. These parents should inform the school of this decision. The free and reduced price application and direct certification information and procedures manual includes the form for free and reduced price school meals family application. It is important to use the application form from the current year. Instructions for completing the application are included on the back of the form. The Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education Food and Nutrition Services must approve any changes made to this form prior to its duplication and distribution. The free and reduced price meals application, directions for completion, and a letter to parents informing them of the National School Lunch Program School Breakfast Program should be included in school enrollment packets or distributed to all students at the start of each school year.
Every year we send out a blanket number of applications to all of the households that we expect to be coming into the district. And what they do is they fill out the application either online or a paper application. They get that to us and we process that application within 10 days.
To be eligible for free and reduced price meals, children must have households that meet the income restrictions shown in the free and reduced price application and direct certification information and procedures manual. To qualify for free meals, the household income must not be more than 130% of the poverty level shown for the appropriate family size. Eligibility for reduced price meals are based on household incomes that are more than 130% and no more than 185% of the poverty level shown for the appropriate family size. Free and reduced price school meal benefits are effective from the date of approval through the entire school year. A new application must be submitted each year to continue the benefit into the next school year. Eligibility from the previous year carries over for only 30 operating days into the new school year. LEAs are not required to notify families or send reminders of the expiration of the carryover period. If no application is received within the 30-day grace period, the student's status will revert to paid on the 31st day. Step 1 of the application should include the names of all students and all members of the household who are infants, children, and students up to grade 12. The names of any foster children in the household should be listed, and the appropriate box checked in the last column. In households with foster children, other family members are not automatically eligible for free meals. Other children within the household may be approved based on income. Step 2. Circle yes or no accordingly if you are participating in SNAP, TANF, or FDPIR. Write the case number in the appropriate space. The application should also indicate the gross income of the household. The amount of earnings and frequency of payment should be specified for each member of the household.
In order to complete an application, all household members need to be listed as well as any income that they receive. That's whether or not it is from your wages at your job, a Social Security benefit, or any kind of child support that is received.
Those members who do not receive an income should indicate so by writing a 0. If you enter 0 or leave any fields blank, you are certifying that there is no income to report. An adult member of the household must sign and date the application and include the last 4 digits of his or her Social Security number. if no adult household members have a Social Security number. Leave the space blank and mark the box labeled "Check if no Social Security number." In the approval section of the application, the number of household members should be indicated along with the household income and payment interval. For example, if one parent gets paid biweekly and the other parent receives a monthly pension payment, the income should be converted to annual income. If both parents are paid in the same increments, bi-monthly for example, their incomes must be added and listed as bi-monthly total income. The determining official should sign and date the application.
A school district needs to have somebody at the school designated as the determining official for the application. This person would then be approving them based on their income guidelines. So whatever was submitted on that application, they would be subject to being approved. We would ask that person to look and make sure that they have a food stamp number, that their income guidelines are correct, that a parent has signed that and dated that application. On the bottom portion, the application is then completed by that determining official. Here's my name, here's my signature, here's the date that I received it, and here's how I approve them. If an application is missing information, then that is considered an incomplete application. We would ask that determining official to make contact with the family and try to resolve whatever is missing. So if there's missing wages, or if there's missing a signature or something, we would just say you need to bring us an application that's more complete.
Applications must be approved or denied within 10 operating days of receipt of properly completed applications. The letter shown is sent to parents or guardians of the households of approved and denied applications. It is a requirement that all denied applicants be notified in writing of the reason for the denial. They must also be informed of their right to appeal and instructions on how to do so. The letter must also state the applicant may reapply for benefits within the same school year should household income change. The LEA must take every precaution to protect the anonymity of students receiving free and reduced price meals. The distribution of notices and letters to parents and application forms for the free and reduced price school meals must be done in such a manner that prevents identification of program participants and also ensures that no eligible child is excluded from participation. The LEA may make the application and supporting materials available electronically via the Internet. In addition, the LEA may accept applications electronically and provide for electronic signatures for such submissions. All disclosure restrictions must be met, and acceptance of the application and electronic signature must be in accordance with guidance issued by the United States Department of Agriculture Food and Nutrition Service. An electronic application system should also include a statement that explains how to obtain a paper application, should a household prefer that option. The Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education does not have an electronic portal for the application for free and reduced price school meals, although several individual schools have established their own electronic portals. Some school districts use Scantron applications that are electronically scanned for processing after completion. Application forms and other support materials are available in various languages from the Missouri DESE website. All submitted applications must be kept on file at a district level, and they should be easily retrievable. A current benefit issuance document is also to be kept on file and always available. It must match the paper trail of applications, direct certification, and other source-eligible lists held on file. It must include school name, document date, student name, status, method of approval, and date of approval. Keep all documents on file for 3 years, plus the current school year. Now that you have finished viewing certification and benefit issuance, complete the following brief quiz.